Alright, we're recording. So I'm just drinking coconut water.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a serious upgrade from our last. I mean, it's the first time we've done in person for a while.
Yeah, well, it's been ages.
Yeah, and we've never had a setup like this.
No. It's going to be a serious jump up.
There will be. And this won't be the last time either.
No. I think we'll try to get, 2 in while you're here with the setup?
Yeah, I would think so.
That would be good.
Special occasion today, we've got a guest.
Yeah, we do have a guest.
Hello, everyone.
This is funny. First time we actually... Is it the first time? Yeah, it is.
It's the first time we've had a guest.
Yeah. So...
What do you think?
Of Copenhagen, great. Of the podcast studio, great. Everything positive.
Yeah, I guess to give quick context, I studied with Jake. We studied bachelor's together in the UK, Canterbury. And now he's visiting in Copenhagen, living the Copenhagen life.
Sound like that, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How you find Copenhagen, Jake?
Really good, mate. A lot of sun.
Yeah, the weather's been nice recently.
Cheaper than London.
Yeah. He's only been visiting during summer season, so he's been getting the best part of Copenhagen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Architecture's nice as well. You guys like the architecture?
Of Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Lovely. Shame
Very.
about the building what burned down.
Yeah.
R.I.P. the building.
Yeah.
This is funny. We'll have to get Shame I can access this whenever, but you're gonna be in the UK, so we can't use this nice
Yeah.
setup.
I'll be here frequently enough.
You can plug in a phone for call. So you could be in here and call Ben on the phone.
Oh, that does sound good, but it'd be a serious downgrade on his end. You've seen his camera quality. It's a shock.
That's pretty awful.
Well, you could just plug a little mic into your phone.
You should get like a...
I should get a mic. I think, to be fair, when I go back from summer, I might take the camera with me.
Why?
Because I'm doing the content and I'm also doing...
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
your camera?
Podcast.
Yeah, I guess we could
That's
share.
No, it's mine.
The camera's decent. You could use that to film.
Yeah.
I would give you some...
That'd give me an edge.
Yeah, I'd give you some decent quality. Then you can get a mic as well, because I think we should... I don't know how much a setup like this would cost. It's not like we need the craziest soundboard in the world or
No,
anything.
I think the mic is the more important part.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can probably
crispy mic.
get some of these over summer,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, I mean, during summer we can do this often.
You probably don't even need this, to be fair. You probably just plug the mic straight into your computer,
devices.
like
yeah.
a basic
I
level.
think you could. Yeah.
Or like, I think
Get an
so.
adapter.
Might be a decent investment. We should do that.
Yeah, but this summer we can come here often,
Yeah, we should.
like every week, maybe twice a week.
That's a good point. We can get some. Yeah, we can get a lot in good quality, and then just not go back to the shitty setup. We just upgrade after that.
Mhm.
Buy our own mics or whatever. Yeah. Now you should see we've been filming it on a thing called like Riverside. I mean, it's what I'm using to record right now.
Mhm.
But it's it basically looks like FaceTime, but we're just recording.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the best setup.
Nah, it's not the best. It's pretty a little bit ghetto, but
Yeah,
Does
the
the job.
mics and the... Yeah, I mean, the platform's fine. It's just the mics and the... like, the actual video is not good
Yeah.
either.
yeah. Anyways, I wanted to talk about like a few different things. I thought would be interesting conversations, but we can just take it wherever we go and not. Oh, the mic's super wobbly, or is it? If
little
I touch
bit,
this
yeah.
mic, is it gonna completely like fall apart and just fall
Yeah,
on the floor?
you have to be really
Don't risk it.
careful.
Okay, I'm just gonna stay like this then. Is
Yeah.
it good enough, the audio? Yeah, you can hear me fine, right?
Yeah, I can hear great.
Nice.
Can you not hear yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know. You get used to it so quick. You just kind of.
Yeah,
That's
it's weird.
It is.
There's like a slight delay to speaking, but there's also not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think there is.
I know, but
think
there
it's just
kind of is.
isolated.
Like, I'm looking at you, but while you're speaking, it's like slightly
Yeah.
delayed, but not.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's weird. This.
Oh, yeah, a little bit. It's so
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. It's fun.
Oh, bizarre.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, yeah, I did want to talk about, I guess, position, because I want to talk about Copenhagen in general and like
Mhm.
London, and then I want to hear Jake's like take on it all, but also, I guess a topic with which we can kind of cover that is talking about like positioning
Mm-hmm.
in your 20s, or just positioning as a young like adult, meaning like where you live, what you do, like all these different things. I feel like there's so much to say about
How that affects
yeah, how
Yeah.
like
the outcome.
yeah,
or what your prospects are, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big reason why people want to live in big cities. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, it's nice and all, but a large part of it is the jobs and the possibilities and the the
the people,
possibilities.
like networking.
Yeah, it's a
community.
variety of people, isn't it?
Yeah,
That you
that's
get
the
in
thing.
cities
Mm-hmm.
where you
Yeah.
don't get everywhere else.
Yeah. I guess on the same note, you can compare. We can do like a comparison of like London and Copenhagen and stuff like that. Just position it and talk about different places to live and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I think, if purely location wise, would you?
I mean, I've got a bias to Copenhagen because we're from Denmark, so it's like it kind of feels like home in a weird way. Even though we're not from Copenhagen, but it feels like home because it's Denmark, and also you want to. I feel like I want to inherently feel more Danish, so I want to be in Copenhagen. If that makes sense.
If you weren't Danish, do you think you would want to live in Copenhagen?
I'm not sure. I think I would still enjoy Copenhagen. I'm not sure if I'd prefer. Well, I haven't spent that much time in London, but it's a lot bigger than Copenhagen, right?
London, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
stupidly
Yeah, like
bigger.
way
It's
bigger.
huge. Yeah, it's huge.
The fact you can bloody cycle from one end of Copenhagen to another in like 40 minutes
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
tells you enough. When you can get the underground, you'd be on there for like an hour.
Actually, depends what you're looking for as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, what else would be like your top on the list for places to live in your 20s? I guess.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
New York.
Oh, New York would be
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Busy people, busy mind, happy life, I think.
I don't know about happy life, but like,
You don't think
Yeah, it'd be
I don't
pretty
think-
stressful living in New
I
York.
don't think
I
you can
think.
be there long term. I don't know.
you wouldn't bring up a family there,
Nah.
Nah.
but as a youngster,
Yeah.
couldn't think of anywhere better to be.
Nah.
If you had the money, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The money's a big part of it. All three locations.
Yeah. No, I agree. Being in New York would be so cool. Just the culture as well.
Yeah.
You think it's okay if I lean back a bit and take his mic back a bit?
You can risk it if you
Just
want.
so Jake is on the camera because I feel like I'm just blocking him completely out from the.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Maybe
Should I
hold.
try?
Maybe hold the base.
Yeah, good point. Let me just adjust this. What you guys talk about New York?
But you might not be in the camera lens. Maybe I move forward.
I think
more.
I'll be, or you move forward. I'll move back a little bit. Slightly.
Nope.
I got it. I'll.
Fuck's sake.
You don't have a clue how long that takes to do.
Don't worry. I'll just. You guys stay busy. I'll continue with this. Worst case, we cut this shit out.
Yeah. It's fun watching someone do it on their own because you know it's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
it's
shit,
it's too my
that
job. You know.
righty, tighty, loose, lefty, loosey. Don't know why I struggle getting them words out.
Have you been to New York?
Yeah.
When?
Last year, I believe. In like March, I want to say.
Smooth.
Yeah, it was quite
For like
smooth.
2 weeks. It was pretty good.
How's it compared to London? Is it?
More dense.
Is it bigger or small? There's quite. I don't.
New York's ginormous. You think it's just like
Yeah.
the classic Manhattan and all that stuff, but it's like the Bronx is still New York.
Yeah, there's like the 5 boroughs. It's Queens,
Yeah,
the Bronx,
exactly.
Staten Island.
Yeah, exactly.
New
Like,
York
it's
City,
actually
and then
very
Manhattan.
big.
But it also separates,
Brooklyn.
right? You have like central New York, and then you have like outskirts, kind of.
I mean, it's all New York, but
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I think the thing with New York, it's so dense because they don't have the land for it compared to London, where you have so much land, so everything's spread out over a faster distance. Kind of like that, it's very dense. Means their like grid systems are very good for architecture.
That's true. No, that's super dense.
Infrastructure is very good.
Good for what do you call it, urban design and all that.
Shame about the way they went about it. Really bad.
What do you mean by that?
Central Park is poor people's land that they forced them off to build the park. So that was farmland prior.
Was it?
Yep.
Sure, they gave land some other form of land.
Nope. They just forced them off the land. Fun fact, look it up. It's got a really deep history behind it, actually.
Right? How do you know this?
I was in New York. That's
We
what
got
you,
a
that's what you
little
do.
tour.
I've been to New York in so long.
Yeah, it's been ages. I think the last time we went together, right?
Yeah, I was like 5.
And now we've got to go back for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. My boss was just talking about like New York, like this. I mean, the salaries in New York. It's because it's more expensive to live, but salaries are like silly. Like you think,
Salary, did you say?
yeah.
Oh.
Like you'd think what do you call salaries in Copenhagen were already quite high because of living expenses, but not like. It depends what job, but if you're in sales, it's like double, which is insane.
What was the
The base-
context
the
of the
base salary.
conversation?
He was just sending me this. I guess it's derating a little bit here, but yeah. No, he sent me like some sales guru guy, who's based in New York, but apparently New York salaries, and it kind of makes sense,
Yeah.
but still it's completely different.
Yeah, I mean the cost is probably a lot higher as well. Yeah, New York has to be like it's more expensive than London, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's probably. You think it's the most expensive place in the world outside of like?
Square meter wise, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Singapore is the most expensive place.
Really?
Real estate wise, yeah.
Surprising.
I think so. Pretty sure. What do you think makes an attractive place to move to in your 20s, or like at this point in your life? Like, what are you kind of looking for when you're in terms of position?
Obviously, like there's the personal aspects, obviously, like family and like your nationality and where you want to be in that state. But outside of that, like in terms of positioning,
What are you smirking about?
I don't know, Jake, you're staring at the board.
Just watching the
It's
board.
entertaining. It's a nice board.
Mm.
Yeah, it's good quality. You know, in terms of positioning though, like like having to be in the big cities, is probably the main thing because it's easier to find jobs, and if you have your own business, it's easier to find clients, and also it's easier to get the facilities to.
Do anything.
Yeah.
But what would draw you to the city? Like, why would you want to pick a city?
Like outside of what do you mean?
Like, what do you look for?
Yeah, what factors? Just
Yeah.
like list. I mean, you mentioned some
Personally,
network, like
Yeah.
access. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the personal aspects is probably the highest priority for me. That's why I would lean towards going to Copenhagen.
I think personal factors, I'd say good facilities, sports facilities, things like that.
Yeah.
But you can find good sports facilities anywhere, I think. Like unless you go into like the middle of nowhere, but
Suppose so, but then sometimes you find places where they're so crowded, it's like you don't even enjoy going to these facilities 'cause it's like over the top. Whereas in here, Copenhagen, there's so many gyms by the looks of it, and like so many like public sports areas. Like you got the bars and things like that.
You don't live in a little village with one restaurant.
Yeah,
one-
exactly. Yeah.
One
It's like
bar.
yeah.
they have good amount of scope for lots of different facilities and things like that, which is good.
And I don't even think that's bad by itself, but I think at this point in life, it's like you don't want to.
No.
You just don't want to be isolated. You want to make it as easy as possible to meet people.
Yeah, exactly. You mean people and socializing is a large aspect of it, especially in your 20s. Like, yeah, because you don't. I mean, you know people, but like it's the time to socialize the most for business reasons, but also just for personal reasons.
Yeah. True. Trying to think what other factors contribute. I guess like the type of people that live there as well. But like, in general, cities do attract like younger people. People move from the countrysides into cities, so it makes
Yeah.
sense.
I think certain cities have a certain characteristic behind them. So like Copenhagen, Denmark in general, very a creative country. Hence a lot of Danish furniture and the top architecture firms like
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're in that situation or that environment, then that can play a factor in the way you look at things as well within the city.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, the architecture here is really nice. You guys
That's
both
really-
comment about it really often.
It's so aesthetic. I mean, it's just such an aesthetic city as a whole.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
You just go around, it's like everything works, and you look at it, you're like, oh, everything just looks kind of good together. It's a nice mix between old and new as well. So
Yeah.
many
Mhm.
new developments. So
Yeah, a lot of historical buildings as well, which is cool.
And it's nice to see the use of the river being so highly used as well.
Yeah.
Like compared to London where the River Thames is just a dump.
Honestly, it's probably
It's-
one of the most attractive parts, I think.
Yeah,
The river,
100%.
yeah.
Without the river,
It loses a lot without the river.
it really does.
Especially in summer.
It
Yeah.
really does.
Like, yeah, we're sitting
The
outside
culture.
earlier
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
sun. Like, the water right there is so nice.
Feeding the ducks.
Yeah.
Not just feeding them, feed them from my hand.
Yeah, no. And being able to swim, like, you're in a city, you can just
You
jump
just
in.
overlooked that.
I was hoping for more of a reaction from Simon. He was like, yeah, shut up.
Yeah, there's a lot of ducks. I feel like I haven't seen ducks in ages until, like, the other day.
3 ducks we saw today.
We saw more than 3 ducks. We saw 5 ducks. Those first 2 were different.
You're joking.
No. Anyways, we don't stop talking about ducks migrating.
We've had a big day of ducks.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, what have you guys been doing today?
It's a great question.
Now we were working for like the first half of the day. Then after that, we went to, our it's called what, DAC.
Oh
The
yeah,
Danish.
Architecture Center.
Yeah, we went there. I went down
Yeah.
the slide.
He did.
Was it steep?
It was pretty quick.
It looks steep.
It is quite steep.
That building's quite cool.
He had a big
It's
smile on his face at the end. I'll tell you now. He enjoyed his time on the
It's
slide.
like you took him on a day out.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Take him to all the sites.
Yeah.
We also got a burger. Really good burger. Ben approved.
Yeah, it was good.
From the
burger.
same place.
Oh, yeah.
You've had it before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
It was
hamada.
really good.
The hamada was on there.
Yeah, it's quite good.
That's
Did
great.
you have to interact with the crackhead owner?
No,
No, apparently it wasn't there.
he wasn't there.
The other guy was there.
He did shout us, though.
Yeah, that was weird.
Was he also a bit?
He was like, boys, come.
Yeah, he's like, hey boys, get over here. It's like, chill.
You should have seen. What was it the guy said when we ordered the burger yesterday, like the other time? He tried to get my attention, but he said like, did someone else order a burger? I was like, yeah. And then after he didn't call my name or anything, but he just like, I look over, he just like stared at me out the window. He just goes,
Didn't he say, like, you said, can I have a burger? He was like,
he's like, oi.
you can pay for a burger.
Yeah.
You can't have a burger.
Yeah, he said that. And then, yeah, when he got my attention, he said, oh, what was it? He was just like, he just made like a sound, I think. He's like, hey. It's like, just so aggressive, for no reason.
Yeah, it's weird.
Good, though.
Yeah, it's funny.
Good burger.
Yeah, no, the burger's really good.
Yeah, really good. I'd murder a burger right now.
Yeah.
Still hungry.
So hungry.
Yeah, well, we can go for dinner after this.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, the water in Copenhagen is super nice.
Yeah, you
like,
can drink and everything.
Do not drink the water in Copenhagen. Your cheek swells up.
Yeah, so for context, Jake was like, literally like on the second day here, we went to the sauna and then we went cold plunging after. And he claims that he drank the water and it gave him a gum infection.
this is what he claims.
It was near death.
Yeah, it was near death. It took him off for like 3 his face.
My
His face got so
looked like I had mumps.
Yeah, literally.
Wasn't good.
I thought he was exaggerating at first.
My jaw was in agony.
Yeah,
Still kind of hurts.
his face was literally rounded. It completely took away his jawline and everything.
Yeah, bad day at the office
Yeah.
that was.
Rough.
Balaclavas only.
At the office.
Just a figure of speech.
Nah, but like, yeah, the way, like, the docks in Denmark, especially during summer, so
Yeah,
nice.
Just jump off and go, yeah. You're in
Yeah.
the city and then suddenly you can just jump off and
Exactly,
swim
yeah.
around.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's so nice for, like, people watching as well.
Yeah. Just
I
feels
think,
like,
I think it's nice it's a small city as well because
Mm.
you can bike everywhere. If it was
Mhm.
too large,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be biking everywhere.
The biking's super nice as
yeah,
well.
it just feels like you're close to nature and all that as well. When you
Mhm.
can just jump in the water.
Yeah, that's that part of it's not even Copenhagen, it's also Denmark. The fact that Copenhagen is small, like, you can go on the outskirts quite easily and get some nature time.
Yeah. That's true. Like, I don't know, London does have some big parks though.
Yeah, very big parks. Bigger than here.
Yeah,
Far
exactly.
bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know, do you feel like, I guess in some areas of London it's quite dense, so maybe you feel a bit like detached
Yeah.
from nature.
I think the difference is the streets and everything's more maintained here than it is London as well, which makes it more enjoyable going on the streets. Whereas London, it's usually messy, rubbish everywhere. Probably a drug man on the side of the road or something.
Yeah. Going back to the question of, like, what influences your factors, like
Safety or?
people and government, and like the general laws and stuff. Like, yeah, everything's like a bit more taken care of in Copenhagen, which is like,
It's also not very diverse here, I would say.
No, it's
it's like a
definitely,
good thing or a bad thing.
Probably bad.
yeah, it's definitely less diverse than London.
Yeah.
But also makes sense. I mean, it's smaller.
Yeah.
But no, I know what you mean. You just mean like there's more of a sense of community. Like people kind of all obey the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it feels like in England nobody likes the government,
Yeah.
which
it's
is like it's just like not a
Europe-
good time.
Well, people are just trying to like at least kind of agree on taking care of the place a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And then London's a bit more like free for all.
Yeah. Like, yeah, or like there's protests. Like, I've been to London not that many times, but like half the times I was there, I've seen a protest. It's like, yeah.
I don't know though, but I feel like most big cities are kind of going through that a little bit. Just like
Yeah, you
general
don't
more
see that very often in
chaos and less,
Copenhagen.
you-
I feel like in Copenhagen it's more.
yeah, but I mean like big cities.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Like,
then
you
maybe,
think you'll be
but
able?
maybe that's like that's a factor.
Mm.
But like it's still a factor, is what I'm saying.
As an Englishman, Copenhagen's only seen as a touristy place rather than a
An actual city.
like a place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think that is?
Because we can just do everything that you guys can do here, really, on a bigger scale. Seems, you know what I mean,
Mm.
with more of it as well.
Yeah. So it's like a stop.
What?
Huh?
Now, what were you smirking about?
Nothing.
Wait, so it's like a stop. Wait, what do you mean? Like,
You don't bring anything probably financially more than what London would.
mm.
And that's me being polite.
Wait, so that's why it seems like a tourist destination.
It's a tourist destination to me.
Because it doesn't compete on the same scale as
Doesn't.
London.
No. Which is true.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Just be on the same scale?
Like,
Like,
it's just a smaller city. Like, much, like, it's a
Yeah.
lot smaller.
Yeah. But I think we have more power as well. So it's just like,
okay.
if you want to fight, we'll give it to you, basically.
Do you reckon you'll be able to live in London in 10 years?
Nah, London's not safe. I wouldn't bring
That-
up a
yeah,
family in London.
That's a big aspect of it as well.
Or
Safety.
like longevity of the
Nah, just safety.
safety? Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Maybe certain areas. Like Richmond is very nice. That's like fringes of London. Greenwich is also lovely. But then you're South London, so you got the rough boroughs, like
Mm.
Brixton and everything. So it's... No, I wouldn't be in London. But I wouldn't be in England probably either.
If you had to live anywhere, you said New York, right?
Right now,
Yeah, like if you like for money is, I mean, like, let me think.
you're all set up in a perfect world sort of thing.
No, not even. Just like if you had to start fresh, you didn't know anybody anywhere. And
Probably not you,
And you had
New
to,
York.
and you had to like build up your career, life, and hustle.
Yeah, probably New York.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, New York's a pretty good place for that because of connections. Like in terms of those,
Yeah,
in that
seriously.
context, networking is like
The business.
best thing there. Yeah, it's so important.
I mean, I only hear good things.
Yeah.
On that side of things.
Like you don't like if you're gonna start a business or if you're looking to network, you're not gonna go to like Taiwan or anything.
Nah.
Yeah.
You know who just moved to New York actually? Matthew, friend from Boston.
Really?
Yeah.
What's he doing? Isn't he working for like a big
Yeah,
company there?
he just started working for KPMG, as an accountant.
What's KPMG again?
It's one of the big four accounting firms.
No, right. That's cool.
Mm.
But yeah, nah, New York is up there.
Yeah. I think also just you want to see as much as you can when you're young, like as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're just in the countryside, I think it's gonna be a lot harder to get
You
motivated.
just get bored.
Yeah, you get bored.
Depends what you want to do, really.
It does exactly.
Yeah, of course.
In a different life, I could quite easily be in the countryside and be a farmer. Sounds
Well,
quite good.
yeah.
So
Yeah, but like that's not really the context of what we're talking about. I feel like.
No, it's true, but yeah, if you wanna, I mean, what is the context?
Like networking, like
No, but like for what? Like, what's the context?
well, you were just talking about how if you're trying to build up your
What's the the North Star? As in, like,
what,
your-
life.
Like, no. Like,
What's the
like,
meaning of
'cause
life?
Because he's saying like, okay, yeah, like you could go live on a farm, be happy, and just do your thing.
Mhm.
Like, what frame are we trying to? What's our reference? Are we talking about like a young adult who's trying to?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you just gave the like frame a second ago, didn't you?
What was it?
Yeah, it was like a young adult who's trying to network and build up a reputation. I think. you
yeah,
said.
but if you're a farmer, why would you network in New York?
No, but this is the frame.
No, I'm just adding a contradiction to it.
All right. But like,
You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking? Are we talking?
like realistically,
influence?
most young people aren't trying to go live in a farm these days.
I mean, like, we're talking about like making it, but like, what does that mean?
Yeah. Yeah, influence, but also.
What is making it for you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Go on then. What is
Yeah,
it?
go on.
Like, I mean, for me, it's like extreme freedom, but like you can say, oh, you can get freedom by going down like
Being on a
the
farm.
farmer route. You know, you could. but I want freedom of location as well. So having the finances to travel and live wherever, work on my own schedule.
I think
Provide
also,
as well,
I think
also.
also it's like this. You don't have much of a social life if you're working on a farm. You know,
Yeah,
like you have a social life, but it's not very varied.
yeah. What was the question? You asked me what's making it for me.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Like,
Social life,
socializing is a
but also
big
like
aspect of it.
like influence and connections as well. So
What
like
do you
being
mean by
able.
influence.
I mean, like,
He wants to become a TikToker.
no, I guess what do you call? What did I call this before? I mean, it's
Power.
no unfair access.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think that's more what I mean. So having the connections to do,
You think that's
To go
that,
anywhere.
Do you think that's that important in your life?
yeah, because I want to
Unfair access, not like just access.
unfair access. Yeah, because I want to
Really?
I want to experience everything. Yeah,
I want. That's kind of weird. I don't know.
No, but it's like you get that from when you get to a certain status, you get unfair access.
You think that's that important in your life
Yeah,
What, the
it's-
ability to go somewhere and
that other people can't?
It's not like I need to go to like Area 51 or something.
Yeah.
Not like I need to go to some restricted land, but just so you can experience everything you want to. You don't have any curiosity. You think like, I would love.
if you
I
wanted
wonder-
to, you could basically.
Yeah,
without
like I
having a
wonder what it would
restriction.
be like to go there. Oh, I can do it. We could do it.
Mm.
You know, whether it's not having to book something a year in advance, whether it's
Yeah. Not having to answer to someone higher,
no, yeah, exactly. So
not having to get permission,
no, like
doing
I have.
everything off your
So it kind of
own.
is like power.
Yeah, but it comes from mostly connections.
Self-control
influence.
of your life, in a way.
How's it self-control?
Like complete control of your life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. Yeah,
Not like self-control, it's like
no,
discipline.
like let me think. Like having enough passports to travel anywhere. Because we have. I mean, Danish passport's quite strong, but there's some countries and places you still can't travel to.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
China.
Well, yeah, place in Asia. Like there's a lot of Asia I can't travel to without like a visa and stuff.
Like China, we have to get a visa to go to China.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm trying to think of examples of unfair access, which I find appealing. I mean, simple things like trying like a really nice restaurant, not having to book it like a year in advance. Like maybe you know the owner and you can just get invited to some private dinner. Oh, this is sick. Like I want to experience that, Or
That's not essential.
it's not as it's not no, it's not.
It's
It's,
like-
a plus. It's a plus. But I think
Yeah.
it makes life more interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a fun part of a game where you can, like the more.
I feel like the socializing aspect is more important though. Like
It's more of a
way
reward.
more
It's
important.
more of a reward for the rest, Like it's kind of like a bonus and like a symptom of the other things. Like if you have influence, then you get the perk of getting invited to cool things and meeting cool people, which is like a large part of what we're trying to do as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you can meet like the people you look up to, Like imagine you, I don't know, you study some art.
Who's someone you look up to?
Craig.
Who's Greg?
There's I don't know, who's a cool example of someone that would be cool to me, like for example, like I would grab dinner with Björk Ingels, the head of Big. Like that would be sick. I want to hear what that guy, what a day in life,
Mm-hmm.
what a day in his life is like.
I think he's so successful because he's not very conventional.
No,
He
definitely
doesn't
not.
follow the classic stigma of an architect where it's all like suit and tie.
I mean, he dropped out of his bachelor's.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, he didn't even do a bachelor. He did 2 years of bachelor's and he dropped out.
Yeah.
And he started a firm straight off, which is like super ballsy.
And I think another good thing about him is honest. He's not like one thing to the camera, one behind closed doors. He's what you see is what you get.
No
It's
filter?
shown in his
Yeah,
work.
he does seem pretty authentic.
Definitely.
But he also has an ego for sure. Like that guy, he knows what he's doing.
As you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying like he does know what he's doing.
What does he actually do?
Runs
He-
one of the biggest architecture firms in the world.
He's a businessman.
Yeah.
He's like one of the only architects who's also like business minded.
Right.
Yeah, but also forward thinking. Like how Elon Musk is always doing these. Like he's of course like an entrepreneur, like a business owner, but also he's got these grand visions of the future, and he's like
Right.
ballsy enough to try some crazy things.
Mm-hmm.
Talks about going to Mars and this and that. He kind of
Yeah, he
To
uses
some-
he
yeah.
uses like new technology, things like that. He cares a lot about the environment as well. Does a lot of that with building.
That's pretty ballsy.
That's kinda-
Yeah, but it's hard to get
kinda
that.
edgy.
It's kind of get that hard to get that into architecture most of the time. Like
Yeah.
the new stuff he brings in,
Yeah.
people are like, oh, all right, I'll do that now.
Yeah, like on his website, there's literally like a project about building a city on Mars and stuff, like
Oh, wow.
conceptual, and then also building a city on on a sea. So he's got like,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he kind of pushes the
Put
boundaries.
a boat on the sea.
Yeah.
Wow, mind blown.
But yeah, that's yeah, I don't know if it's essential, but it's a cool. That's one of the.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
part.
c-
It's part of the whole vision of making it for me, for sure. Being able to just meet the people I've looked up to or the people that inspire you, because then it's also like, the higher you get, then the more cool people you get to meet. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's interesting. Yeah, but like going back to the point of the conversation, it's like you can't get that in a farm.
No.
Depends what your perspective. There's nothing wrong with being a farmer or
No,
something.
there's
like
nothing
that.
wrong with it, but
Yeah,
we're
but-
saying
yeah.
for Simon.
Yeah, for your sake, yeah.
Yeah, unless you look up to like farmers or
But
something.
you'd also kind of like the thought of it as well, wouldn't you?
Like being a
little-
farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I do. I
could
mean,
so,
I
could
want
so
to.
easily live the life.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I want to. I do want to get like a farm and just be able to mess off. Like that's part of making as well. It's being able to.
Try not to swear. Like PG.
But that's part of it as well. Having the ability to just say fuck it and just leave.
Ooh.
Being able to
Sorry.
just like, go off to a farm and be with your family, have no worries in the world, and just do
Yeah.
your thing.
Yeah.
Because then you're not free if you can't do that.
Put your mind at peace as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Mini retirements and all that.
Yeah.
Feed the animals.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could so easy like leave. No, it's, probably I don't think it'd be as easy as I think it is. But like just leave and just go live on a farm. Just like bring a bunch of books, like get some like animals and like take care of them. And
Thing is, you can do both.
yeah, but it almost defeats the. No, it doesn't defeat the purpose. But like, yeah, you can do both. I kind of defeats the purpose because the purpose of going out and like living that secluded life is to be secluded.
Which you can be.
What do you mean living both?
As in, like, mini retirements. Disconnect for 4 months. Go off to the countryside with no end date in mind. But you kind of earn that position. Like, you got there from going up, not down,
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, that seems like the best way. And that's what I keep in mind with positioning.
Get on a farm?
Sorry?
What do you mean?
Like, the idea of going up to get out.
Right.
Yeah. Otherwise, like Jake said, positioning would be about finding the best farmland, the
Mhm.
best forest, and the best mountain.
Mm.
But
Still might be.
later. But yes. What about you? What would be like what attracts you with unfair access, or like what would be your some things you would consider when it comes to unfair access, or that are attractive to you?
I think it's probably less attractive to me than it is to you. Like the idea of unfair access.
Mm-hmm.
I think
It's not essential, like you said, but it's like a plus for me. It's like part of it. Part
yeah,
of the whole.
obviously be cool, but I don't think it's like. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not essential. It's not something like I'm like, oh,
It's not a necessity.
Yeah. But like that's what you brought up, like the socializing. I feel like for me, the socializing is more like. I mean, yeah, I'm sure you agree with this, but like actually interacting with other people and like having those experiences, I feel like that's a pretty high. What's the word?
Any priority list or what?
Yeah.
Well, it's not like I'm saying I just want to meet celebrities.
Yeah, no, I realize
That's not.
that.
That's not what like it's. I mean, that's part of it, of course, but it's also like being able to connect with like-minded people.
I think from a business point of view, you see it with architecture firms. The top firms get automatically put into projects, whereas the smaller firms have to like work hard and put in a proposal or whatever, where they're not even going to get paid for that point in time,
Yeah.
just to put their name out there.
Bro,
So you
that's-
skip that whole stage of
That's unfair access.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
You skip
exactly
that
that's
whole thing.
exactly it.
Mm.
Like in
Just
architecture,
because
it's
your
like,
name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the most
Yeah.
important thing. Like all the big architects, they got that. Like, you get to that point where you can get featured in a cool magazine because of
Yeah,
your
exactly.
name.
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
to meet the judge of the project because of your name, and
Yeah.
You just get that preference.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you get to meet other artists and you get to collaborate with other businesses and projects because of your
Yeah,
name.
and it's only up from there.
Yeah. And
Once
then,
your name's there and
Oh,
people
exactly.
want that name, then
yeah.
only positives.
Yeah. So
So you just skip all the bullshit
exactly.
really, and then skip to the good stuff.
seriously.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, in business is definitely useful.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Especially in an industry like architecture where it's all kind of it's like
dominated by monopolies.
yeah, like of course the architecture part's important, but there's a lot more around it, a lot
Mm.
more fluff that you have to consider for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of other factors about position that are like relevant or attractive. Because, like you mentioned, Copenhagen is smaller, and it's true. And for that reason, I don't think I don't want to be here the whole time. Like I'm happy to be here long term because I do like it. I think it's a good quality of life and all, but I feel like for all the reasons we listed, like connections and community and finding like-minded people, I would relocate. You know,
You'd what?
I would relocate,
All right, yeah.
and I would go to some place like New York or London, which
Mhm.
I'm definitely considering doing for like a few years in my 20s for sure.
What do you think you'd lean towards?
Part of me is really being called to the US, to be honest, because it's
Yeah.
been so long since I've been there.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think I probably
And
will.
the good thing is, if you go to London, you can get everywhere so easily in Europe. So it's like,
Yeah. Seriously.
I only see positives really.
Yeah. There's always so much going on there. Like, everyone's going through London. So.
Mm.
Yeah, a lot of people we know as well are from London.
Yeah.
because-
Yeah.
yeah. England,
That would be good. Might have to do a year there or two.
London, or New York?
Both.
2 houses.
I mean,
At the same time.
Yeah.
I think I would do. I would do London first. I think maybe a couple years or something. Maybe next
Mhm.
year.
It's like less risky as well, isn't it, London?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You probably know it again more.
New York is a jump. I haven't been to US in so long. Apparently, New York
Mhm.
is also like.
If you had to go to the US, it'd be New York.
I think so.
Nowhere else in New York appeals to me at all.
Miami.
No.
I'd be curious about Miami, but I don't think I
I'd
wouldn't
be
live
curious
there.
about Miami. Yeah, Like I've never even been there. But
I've heard
I'm
good things, but I think
curious.
it's just very like
Dubai?
media. You know.
Dubai on the
Yeah.
connection front or
Dubai.
not? I really
So many
don't. I'm not a Dubai man.
No, I don't like the city at all.
It's so artificial. It doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah,
It's
no,
no
they're
history,
artificial.
no
It's just
culture.
No.
Literally.
It
Don't
feels
like
like
it.
one big flashy place.
Yeah.
But
Connections.
for connection-wise,
you get like
community.
insane connections, but that's like yeah.
Yeah, but also
Like yeah.
a lot of people in Copenhagen go to Dubai. Like a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, there's
To
what-
live or holiday?
for tax, not to live. Like for tax is one reason, but
Mm.
also
Mhm.
like Portugal as well for the same reason.
Portugal's tax free.
Lisbon, no, it's just lower than
Oh.
in Copenhagen. People bounce there for business.
Well, it's pretty low.
and also nice
a
weather.
lot of people retire there as well because
Yeah.
of tax.
Mm.
Yeah,
Sweden, not Sweden, Switzerland as well.
Yeah.
but yeah, a lot of people even like some of the guys from. I mean, some of the guys who basically started their own businesses in Copenhagen is why they all bounced straight away to Dubai. I think it's largely probably media driven. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's become kind of like trendy at this
Yeah,
point.
it's become like a
Mm.
like a stage in the
Yeah.
evolution.
Yeah.
I've reached the Dubai phase.
like,
you know?
but yeah, the business evolution.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, would you take? Is it enough for you to take a year there or not? Or even that seems like a long.
No way.
It's a year's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time.
I wouldn't want to be there.
I would want to travel to see what it's like and stuff, and maybe go there for some events.
I just don't. Like it's it'd
Living
be good
there
for
sounds-
networking, but I just don't live there.
Like, there's no,
No way.
you can't get peace of mind. I don't know. Like, I need my forest or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, forest.
Seriously.
Yeah, greens.
Yeah. It's like all man-made. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably
It
like
can't be
super
good,
overwhelming
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
It's like consumerism to the max as well.
Seriously.
Yeah.
What was that project they were going to build?
The line.
Yeah, what happened to that?
It was meant to be like something like stupid, like 100 kilometers long. Now only 1.4 kilometers long. So the whole thing's falling apart basically.
God. It was like this building that was meant to be like a road, but a city at the same time.
Yeah. It was meant to be like 2 football pitches wide. It was like ridiculous. It was like a whole city in the line. With like these.
Like a mirrored line going across the desert.
Yeah. With like.
And like there's a city underneath it.
No,
No,
like
in-
it's
in it.
above ground. Imagine
Yeah.
like 2 big mirrors.
Imagine a skyscraper, but long.
But like
a long
sideways.
one.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
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 So from the sky view, it looks like a line.
It
And
was
there's
meant
like
to
a
go on
city,
for-
like in between.
Yeah.
It was meant to go on for miles, like across the desert. They started it, but came out the other day that it's only going to be like a couple kilometers max.
What did they expect?
I think what
Yeah, well-
happened was someone who had too much money thought, oh fuck it, might as well try my ass. Gone to the architects. Architect said, "What are you doing?" And it's falling apart.
That's like architecture in a nutshell.
Yeah, basically.
Why do you think it's not feasible?
Well,
They're in the middle of a desert. There's no materials, nothing around them.
What, you think it'd be too expensive? Like
Import
everything?
That and no one's gonna want to live in an artificial line.
yeah, it's true. Like use case.
I don't want to live in a line. Some weird.
It's
line.
like some sci. It's like they thought they had some sci-fi idea and they thought it would plan out well.
All right.
Yeah, everything was meant to be in like 5 minutes of walking distance. But it's like, what do? You don't go any further than 5 minutes from your home. Then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds depressing. That sounds
Yeah,
dystopian.
it's like prison.
It's
It's
like a
like a
road.
prison system.
So it's supposed to be like a
controlled.
road where you can drive on as well.
I don't think.
What did you say?
It's supposed to be like a road where you drive on
No,
as well.
no driving. It's all trains, like
Oh, right.
fancy
shuttle things.
Yeah, shuttle things. But the purpose was that you walk everywhere within 5 minutes. But I don't know. I didn't like whole concept. It was interesting, like something different. But that was as far as it went for me personally.
I guess on that note, what would be like if you had to live anywhere? Like if you had to describe the dream place for you to live in right now, where would it be? Not like house like description, but like the environment you want to be in. Balance between nature, city, people, facilities, access,
Mm-hmm.
pay. Like I don't know, price. I mean, because then you would just say just
Zero.
Yeah, a place where I live for free. No, but just
Don't know. I feel like I could go both ways. Could quite happily live in London and like, have a career like that. And then on the other hand, I could quite easily bust off to bloody Barbados or something.
yeah, nah.
Live in a shack.
Yeah.
Or like work remote and just live in.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and be quite content either way, with loads of people around me and not a lot of people around me.
To be fair, I feel like people are kind of taking up that mentality a little bit because then you get a lot of entrepreneurs and people ending up in like Bali and Bangkok
Yeah.
for that reason. They're like, let me just fuck off to some hut on the beach, and then a bunch of people end up doing
I
the same
think
thing.
I think it's also a lot of people shout the loudest. It's hard to know who's actually genuine or who's actually achieved something, or they're just shouting and they haven't actually got anything to their name. I think that's quite a big thing as well.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like, there's this saying like, never shout the loudest.
Yeah, but like how's
Wait.
how's this relevant?
No, I'm saying like
With the people that
some-
live in Bali or what?
No,
Like,
no,
what
nothing
pe-
to do with Bali,
Okay,
sorry.
right.
Like, just in general, like, if you lived in London or something, you always
Okay.
get these people like, yeah, I'm doing this and that and this and that. Are you actually doing this and that and this and that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wait, so you're saying that
You
would
see-
contribute
Yeah,
to?
it's just like not attractive to live in that to live in
Yeah,
the city.
it's like, there's quite a lot of fake people, I suppose, like,
Yeah.
bigging themselves up just to, like, try and impress when
So you're
really
saying you'd want
it's
to
not
move away
genuine,
and get away
basically.
from the noise, kind of.
Yeah, it's like, do your own thing, focus on your own thing.
Yeah, it's like people.
Not compare
it's
yourself
like
to someone
it's like
else because
it's
like,
like
oh,
net-
they've done
it's
so
like
much by this
networking
age.
in those big cities that people take it too far. People
Yeah.
like make it like you're supposed to. It's like not genuine, and like when you're trying to go up and you're not doing it genuine, it could just get annoying, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like that kind of just contributes to like throwing away your morals to climb
Yeah.
the ladder,
Yeah.
Mm.
or throwing away your your values. Because then you're just like making fake friends and just using everyone. And it
Mhm.
becomes 48 laws of power.
What do you think about Shanghai?
Like, would I live there or?
Yeah.
It's also temporary. Like, it'd be like a London, or, I mean, like a New York experience. I wouldn't raise a family there or anything.
Already.
No.
You were raised there.
Yeah, but it was never like a permanent option.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna get a house here and settle down, kind of thing.
We were there for a while though.
We were. But it wasn't really planned. But also, for me, the least attractive part is like the lack of control.
What do you mean?
Like COVID, man. You were locked in your house for 3 months.
Oh,
You
right,
couldn't
yeah.
leave the country.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that thought.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were gonna bounce right after that happened.
Nah.
But you guys, yeah.
I don't
Like for me,
I
that
don't
would
think
be
it's
if
gonna
I had my
happen.
family in Shanghai and that happened, I would be out of there. Like I would be gone. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the same thing, like government plays a part in it.
Throw out of control in the whole matter, basically.
Not just the government has, like, they can do whatever they want. People
yeah,
aren't gonna
they've
say
got the
anything.
final say.
Yeah,
Where like in most countries it's the people.
and no one's gonna
Mm.
talk back. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like
Yeah.
a little bit scary in that sense.
People start talking back, but it shut down so quick.
yeah, they can shut that. They can shut it down. They're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
There's,
don't wanna
yeah,
mess
there's no
around.
laws for like public speaking or whatever.
No. So yeah,
yeah.
I guess that contributes to freedom as well. I don't like that.
COVID is crazy.
You can lose everything, just like
Yeah.
completely beyond your control. But yeah,
Would you live in Asia or no?
at this point in my life,
Yeah.
I guess
Temporary.
maybe a temporary in Bangkok or something. Maybe Singapore. Nah, not Singapore. Maybe Bangkok. Not really. I wouldn't be. I'm not very tempted, to be honest.
Mm.
Just traveling there, maybe take some time. But
Mm-mm.
what about people wise? Where do you think has like
The best people.
Yeah.
Let's get racist.
goes downhill real quick? I guess, like Jake said, like if you go to somewhere diverse, then you get all kinds of people. Then you
Yeah,
kinda-
probably.
Yeah.
I'd say London.
yeah.
If you want best people,
Then
probably
you can just
London.
find your exact type of people as well.
Yes,
Yeah,
everyone's
it's so
there.
much easier to meet
Everyone's
people.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true.
you can find whoever floats your boat.
That's one thing about Copenhagen. Actually, people say it's people are too closed because like they all have their friends from high school, and
It's
it's
all
kind
the same.
it's like hard to actually mingle with local people. But in the UK, I feel like it's completely different. Everyone's just open to
Yeah.
It's probably the same in like New York.
yeah, probably. I don't know. Just like my like interpretation or my perception in New York is kind of like a cold place a little bit. But I think it's just because of the stressed businessman stereotype, you know. Like I can't really imagine locals being friendly and inviting, you know.
Really?
I don't know
I feel like that's a bit of a stereotype there.
that they're friendly and inviting.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I just have a terrible understanding.
I don't know. I've been to New York in a while.
What about like completely different? We were just talking about location, but like, what about like job and like career wise?
What I walk here, what I have.
Like position and just general like really really basic rules of thumbs like that you think are relevant for
In your job, you mean?
yeah, like just things you would want to look for in career, like very simple things like
Having control, something which is creative, something you actually want to wake up and do.
yeah
Yeah.
Things like that, really. You don't want to be going to a job and it's boring you,
yeah
don't feel inspired, things like that, really.
yeah
Yeah. It being like, you being passionate about it, I think is the most
Mm.
important part.
Is it? I'd say it's more about just learning skills. Like I wouldn't do something I'm very passionate about now just to learn skills. You know what I mean? Like I'd be happy to sacrifice the passion at this point in my life to acquire skills.
But if it was like, I was like super passionate about it, it was like, I knew this is what I want to do. I think everything else is thrown out the window, honestly.
But is that what you're prioritizing this part in your life? You know what I
Nah,
mean?
'cause I don't think
if you
I
had-
know.
If you knew that, but then there's a gap between like where you are now and where you want to be, would you not put that passion aside so you can get to
Yeah, but like if that's like what I'm passionate about, then I'm assuming that this is the path of where it takes me when I want to be.
Okay, so you can be passionate knowing that the thing you're doing right now is temporary.
No, I'm saying it's not temporary. If it was like my passion, you know.
Like if you wanted to
The passion is a priority, basically.
Yeah.
yeah, but if you wanted to be like if you wanted to be like a vet for marine animals, right?
Right.
But say for example to get there first you had to work in a zoo. You had to work in some like zoo for
Yeah, but that's your passion. That's still your passion, so...
okay, yeah, but imagine you're like cleaning the tanks
Yeah.
at the zoo for 5 years, but you knew that you had to do that to get to that point. Would that count as a passion? Like you know it's part of the process. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
I think an easy example is the architecture that you have to do for 7 years.
Oh yeah, that's a good example. Yeah. Why didn't I bring that one up? Like
Just have the weird
Yeah,
sushi.
Yeah. You have to clean up all the play.
like does it yeah. I guess it's a good example.
So what's the architecture thing?
The architecture example is I mean Jake can explain it better than I can.
Do your part 1, 3 years, and you do a year in industry. Then you're only classed as a part 1. Then you do your master's for 2 years, and then you need to work in industry again for 2 years. Then you're classed as a part 2. Then you need to do your architecture exams.
What's the benefit of being part 3?
Title of being an architect.
Like I have.
That's it. That's all it is. It's the
it.
title of an architect.
I guess it depends what you truly want. Because if I have a hard time believing people truly want just the title of an architect, I don't think that means like.
Yeah, it's not the.
I think
actual-
people truly do enjoy the whole process of it. Like there's people that I worked with who like.
But then it's like appreciating the art, right?
Yeah, but you learn other stuff. Like when you're part 3, you'll do legal stuff as well. Same for your part 2. So you get more away from the creativity and more into like real life. So you work out the legal stuff and what you can and can't do for a client, stuff like that. So yeah, stuff like that really.
But do you think people like they enjoy that process, or they think the title of architect is attractive? Like, do you think some people are truly
I
like...
think neither. I think people like something creative. They think, oh, what's a grown-up sort of job, which is creative architecture.
Yeah,
Like it's a creative grown-up job. It's like highly respected.
exactly.
So I think that's why people.
Yeah, they like the image.
The image, yeah, I suppose so.
And being able to say you're like a
I mean,
doc- I'm a
yeah,
doctor,
like
I'm an
when you say you
architect.
do architecture as an undergrad, people are like, oh, you did architecture, that's pretty cool. You get more respect than you would for other courses.
Yeah.
So I suppose it's that factor. But I personally, I know you didn't. We didn't go into that because it's like, to show off that we did architecture, even though it's like nice to say it sometimes to some
That's
people.
the thing. But I think that's kind of the most. I mean, just from people I've spoken to, I feel like that's the most attractive part to them. It's just like being able to say I'm a doctor. I'm
Yeah.
an architect.
Yeah.
But I just have a hard time believing that's truly like enough to bring you through the whole career. Like I have
Not anymore.
definitely not anymore. Maybe
No.
maybe before it was, because
Yeah,
it was
for
more
sure,
respected
yeah.
before, and there's more in
Yeah.
demand before. But
Mhm.
now it's like, if you're gonna grind like that, work those hours and do the repetitive stuff
Yeah.
for that many years, and just to have the bragging rights of saying you're an architect,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's rough.
It's quite interesting because there's this guy called Sir Christopher Wren. You know him?
Yeah,
Designed the whole of London after the bombing in World War Two. Rebuilt the whole of London. And he wasn't an architect, but yet designed the whole of London. So it's quite interesting how
How do you get that job?
he was a businessman, wasn't he?
it was just a man who knew a lot of stuff. Did some good building. He was
That's
like, I
very
think he was an engineer.
He just knew a few things. and then
No, he just like
whipped up a
he-
city.
Yeah, that's literally how it is. It was just he just knew some people, and then he somehow did a building for one. They're like, oh, and he just started designing loads of buildings, but he was never an architect.
What year was that again? It was like,
Just after World War Two.
okay, right.
Yeah, maybe even earlier. I don't really know.
No, it's yeah.
Famous man. Get to know if you don't know. Sir Christopher Wren, R.I.P.
But I guess, yeah, going back to the idea of positioning, like, if you do follow that philosophy, you're like, and you're trying to make it, like, that's the worst.
Yeah.
It's not very high up on the positioning scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. You'd still get to some position, but it'd take a long time.
It'd take a long time.
Yeah.
But how could you do that better? For the architecture path, for example.
How'd you become? What's the question?
Like, I mean, depends by your definition of making it, but let's just say the things we agreed upon, like that freedom aspect. How do you think you could achieve that through the architecture career? I don't know. I think the whole conversation is so limiting, because then when you say career path, or you say like this line of study or whatever, then you're just limiting yourself to one thing, and then you compete against all the same people who are doing the exact same thing. And if you just remove that restriction, then you're gonna make it easier for yourself to get anywhere, because you're not competing against anyone.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like doctors, architects, it's like you're all just trying to play the same game. But if you just step back and think, okay, what can I actually do with this, and where can I be useful, then it seems like all these possibilities kind of pop up, and then you can really kind of
Yeah. No, yeah, I know what you mean.
pick and choose where you want to go. I don't know. It's a tricky one. But I think skill acquisition is probably personally, I think that would be the biggest priority
Mm.
in terms of positioning for careers. It'd be like, I throw everything out the window, like passion, work hours.
Yeah.
Actually, it depends.
But
Work hours
But,
is...
but I think you're having a different conversation there, because you're talking about positioning.
Mhm.
Because before we weren't talking about position, we were talking about like just life, you know?
Oh, sorry, I meant positioning.
Oh, right, okay. If in terms of position, obviously passion, I don't think it matters.
No.
Like it, passion, like
Because we're
it's,
talking...
it's not really in the same. It's not the right context
No.
of like passion.
Yeah. I feel like it's
In terms of life, I think passion is above
Maybe
skill
network.
acquisition, though.
network as well. Skill acquisition, network.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, in terms of life, though, I think passion is above skill acquisition.
Agreed. Passion what kind of pushes you towards,
Skill acquisition.
yeah, exactly, and networking. Like if you didn't have that passion, you're not interested
Yeah.
about networking and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be a drag.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like you have to, rather than you want to.
I don't know.
what do you think? You clearly
No,
disagree?
I don't disagree, but I think I just
Well,
have
your
different
your passion
definitions.
is to be successful, and you said
But then that's like not passion. Like for
that's-
me, it's
that
fulfill-
is that
it's-
is a passion.
For me, it's fulfillment. You know, like I don't believe in passion as much. Like I can't think of anything I'm truly passionate about. You know, I think fulfillment, like things that make me feel complete, or like I'm being good or doing good things. Like
So you're not passionate about anything.
not really.
Doctor
I think passion.
incoming.
I feel like passion. It's like it's a bit fluffy. You know, I think like to me it comes down to fulfillment. You know, which maybe is your
Right.
It's
What's
part- yeah.
fulfilling you right now?
We're probably talking about like the same things. Honestly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we're talking about the same thing. Because skill acquisition by itself is not like nothing, but then the progress of acquiring skills is fulfilling. You know, so the end is fulfilling. The result is fulfilling.
Yeah, but then I think you've got to be passionate about what you're progressing towards. If I'm progressing towards being a engineer, like I'm not gonna care. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be like passionate about that. You
It
know?
has to be meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I think
Meaning.
we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, we're talking about the same thing. But yeah, at this point in your life, we said what? Skill acquisition, connections, because then you get
Passion.
Because then you get the network
Passion.
to build to build whatever you want. I was gonna say time. I was gonna say freedom and time. It depends because if
for positioning.
yeah, because
Yeah,
it depends
no.
on the context. Like unless your job is truly everything you need to progress, then then use all the hours you need.
Yeah.
But if it's like you're trying to do a side hustle or you're trying to do something on the side,
You need
then
time for
you
that.
need freedom of time to actually build something on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But otherwise,
Yeah. Skill acquisition also like if you're talking about position, like you gotta be a good communicator, like things like that.
yeah, those are like the basic things that are gonna help you. With,
Yeah.
Personality is
Yeah.
a big one as well.
Yeah, building character.
You don't be an asshole.
I'm trying to think. I feel like we've missed something out. Is there not like a big, like what else comes into the position? Career, location, I guess community or people.
Family
you need
to
a
a
social
certain
life.
extent.
Sorry.
Family to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Being close to family and stuff.
Yeah. Like Ben said earlier, he would want to live in Copenhagen because he's closer to family and things like that.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I think that's for positioning to get somewhere. Like
I'm sorry. Like position. We're always talking about position in terms of.
in terms of like building up your career and setting yourself up for
Right.
success. Then I don't know family, but community probably. Having the right
Yeah.
having a social life basically, having things and outlets you can use to meet people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's a big part of it. Yeah, I mean, just meeting people is like borderline the definition of positioning.
And then also get inspiration from the right sources as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like what are some places? Like what would inspire you about a place you would live? Or
Mm.
Like the architecture in Copenhagen,
yeah,
for
like
example.
literally, that's a good example. Like the architecture, people's attitudes as well. To be honest, like if you're around a lot of creative people, a lot
Yeah,
of
for
like
sure.
there's all these like hubs, like business hubs and schools,
Or
and,
like history in London, for example.
yeah, that's another good
Mm.
arts and culture and all that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot
Yeah,
going on.
or in like New York, for example.
Mm.
Like there's quite a lot of what's it called?
Like if you're in Dubai, like how are you gonna get inspired? You know,
Yeah.
money.
the only inspiration you need, Rolexes and
Lambo trucks.
Wait, there's a Rolls Royce.
you guys look tired. Should we call it a wrap?
I feel fine.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Really?
Maybe it's
Yeah.
that light in my eyes.
Is it? I kind of like it.
So if you have to live anywhere in the world right now, where do you live? Is it Copenhagen?
I feel like we've asked this 10 times.
Have we?
What's your passions?
I mean, what do you guys want to talk about?
Up to you.
Oh, thanks, Ben. Helpful.
I did ask him for is there a topic of conversation. He was like, nah.
Really? Sorry? Ah, never mind.
Oh, you're in trouble now.
I put some things on the calendar, but
What calendar?
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
I can yes, control. Yeah.
What's on the calendar?
No, I think I put about position, but I put some different things we can cover. But fair enough. I think we spoke about that quite a bit anyway.
Shall I just read it out? Studies in the industry.
Studies in the industry.
Studies/industry.
Yeah, I think that was like
Like architecture and all that.
yeah, like people studying versus work, you know, and
This is actually an important part of presentation, and image.
oh yeah,
Personal branding.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, huge aspect. Personal branding, yeah.
That's probably the easiest thing to control as well. Style and character or something.
Presentation, and image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it comes down to yourself and what you're trying to do, your goals and everything. But
I think it's down the way you dress as well
yeah, exactly.
as a major factor. Sometimes, not just outsider's point of view, but personal point of view. If you like how you're dressing, then you feel more confident. In
Yeah.
How you
Yeah.
Yeah.
react and act and everything. So
Yeah.
then that comes across to other people as well.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, presentation is not just like it's also like how you act. Like,
It also depends what you want to do, but
what do you mean?
like not everyone's gonna try to act the same way to get to the same.
No, yeah, of course. But no, a lot of it is just being personable. Like, obviously depends on what you're trying to do, but like in terms of you don't want to come off as like, I'm trying to think how to put this or an example of this.
I mean, you want to be open socially. I think that's the easiest.
Yeah.
One.
I think an easy one to instantly get good points and like build like, oh yeah, he seems like a nice person, like someone I want to talk to.
Yeah.
Remember their name.
Oh, I'm so terrible at that. Like
oh,
I know how
also if you're
important-
having a conversation with them, like say their name before you make a conversation. I notice it. Like
But
someone speaks to me and they say my name, I'm like, oh, you remember
Yeah.
my name, like fair play.
Yeah,
That's-
I had the worst experience with this. I was playing basketball, and I said someone's name wrong, and everyone turned like, who the hell was that guy? I was like, oh. It was so bad. So my first time meeting everyone, like I forgot someone's name, and like, who are you
His
talking
name was
about?
Steve. He called him Gary.
Literally, it was like that bad.
God.
Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing.
I'm terrible at that.
Yeah, but names definitely. Like if you remember someone's name, that goes a long way for sure.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
a game changer. It helps
Yeah.
with everything in life.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so bad. How do you get better at that though? Like for me, it's like
I think it's the
Just
first thing you should try
Yeah,
and
it's just intention, I think.
remember because it's like it's like you're like, oh, you're right, mate. Blah, blah, blah. It's
Yeah.
like such a standardized
Yeah,
conversation
exactly.
at the start.
Yeah.
It's like making it not so standardized. It
Yeah.
makes it more personal.
yeah, actually listen
You know
to
what I
them
mean?
and
yeah, actually like listen and take in and like
Yeah.
if
remember.
they say a name like how do you pronounce that? I have
Yeah,
say it
yeah.
again like
Like,
you
show
really hear it.
interest.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've had too many. You know, when you go to a party and you say hi to like 10 people, you don't remember any of their names. You're just saying hi, like what's your name? Blah, blah.
Yeah, you
I
just-
think in them situations it's fine, but like
Even still, like
in
Yeah,
a
even
more
still, like,
on a more one-to-one basis.
yeah,
it's a pretty good thing to have going.
Yeah.
Like eye contact as well.
of
Yeah.
course.
I have a
Things
way
like
too
that,
often.
showing interest really. I think
Yeah.
it's just a
Yeah,
big thing.
Eye
I think
contact is
you have
big.
it way too often when you like ask someone's name and you just you just turn off.
Yeah, you switch off because it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It's
You
just
do,
so,
yeah.
It's so mundane.
It's such
isn't
a
it?
it's such like a repetitive
Yeah.
starting conversation.
and you're just thinking about the social aspect. Like, okay, I'm
Getting past that first stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like saying how's it going. Like you can't turn off after.
Yeah, you're not thinking how's it
you're just
actually
like,
going?
Oh, how's it going?
I'm actually
Yeah, you
curious.
say
How are you doing? Like,
Yeah, they say like, yeah, I'm alright. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
But it's like such a standardized
Like-
Mhm.
way of speaking.
that's a good point actually. It's like it's like two different things. Like asking how's it going, and then actually like how are you actually doing?
Yeah. Like, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, you actually alright.
No, tell me. Are you actually?
All right, remembering things from a previous conversation and then
Yeah,
like, bring
that's-
it back up again
Jake,
next time you see them.
you alright?
You alright?
You alright, mate?
You alright, mate? That's ASMR. We should do a whole podcast with just Jake's catchphrases and just like
Yeah, put it in the calendar. Ben won't look.
Put it on the calendar. Ben's like, what?
There's a calendar.
Oh, man. Yeah. Communication's a big one. How do you get better at that, though? Like, remember the names. It's just being, I guess, aware and
Yeah, it's
I
been
think
mindful.
not stressing prior to talking to someone. Like,
just being in a moment, thinking.
Yeah.
present.
yeah, just being normal, not trying to be someone different.
Just be normal.
Just be normal, bro.
Just be normal.
Just-
don't
just
don't
relax, bro.
don't
Be
think
normal.
about like, oh, I need to go say hello to this person.
No.
Like, just do it,
Yeah,
basically.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's mostly about being mindful.
Yeah, and present.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
It's,
sure.
like, it's not very hard to remember someone's name, like, realistically. It's just
Yeah.
like you just have to,
Your mind is just not there when you actually
yeah,
ask
you
it.
have to, like, pay attention.
Yeah.
And, like, pay attention is not hard. It's just we don't do it, I feel like.
Mm.
Yeah, especially in those contexts.
Yeah. What's like like socially, what's the bottom line you think that would be, that you would like prescribe yourself for
What do you mean?
position? Like ideal
Like
social
in interaction
balance.
or like in
No,
in
sorry,
life?
just like your balance socially. What would be like a sweet spot for you? Where you have like, I don't know, on your calendar, maybe it's like you've got like some groups, like a team sport, like
Right.
2 times a week, and maybe you have like one
the ability
social.
to switch from one to the other and not have to focus on the other one whilst I'm doing another.
Yeah, where like you want to be in a position where you can do that without like
Yeah, so
overthinking
say I
things.
finish work at 4:30.
Yeah.
I finish work at 4:30.
Yeah, oh, nice. Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
can go and do my sports. Whereas I'm not thinking, oh, I've got to go
Do
do
stuff
my
tomorrow.
football and then I've got to get home and finish off this work. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
The ability
Yeah.
to finish one and then go on to another.
Yeah, that's big.
Work hard, party hard.
No, that's, yeah, it's hard to do that sometimes.
Mm.
No,
That's
it's,
important.
It's super hard.
Like, what do you think's, like, do you think it's unhealthy if someone doesn't have, like, at least one community that they are a part of each week or whatever? Not like some volunteering or anything, but just like a sports team or like even a group of friends you have regular plans with or something. Like, do you think that's necessary to have like that kind of consistent community?
Yeah, for sure. There's no negatives of it.
There's no negatives.
No,
but is it like,
absolutely
is it
not.
necessary though?
Necessary
Yeah,
for
I
what
think so.
positioning? Or
General health.
just
Like
general health. General health.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Or like
I guess position.
mentally.
Like, would you prescribe if you had to give like a bottom line of some non-negotiables for someone in their 20s who wants to scale up socially, improve the social skills, build up, like,
Yeah. You just gotta have like.
do you think
It's
it's like,
kind of like it's part of having life, I think.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like a. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a sports community. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't even have to be a community. It's like it's just a group of friends.
Could
Like
be
it-
as simple as just going
See,
for
okay,
a
that's
walk.
Yeah.
that's the question though. Not so can it not be a community? That's my thing.
it can just be a group of friends. Yeah, I think.
I think sometimes the communities are quite forced.
Yeah.
It's like a forced thing. It's like, oh, you
If
have to
it-
sign up for this and go to that.
Like ideally, I think ideally it is a group of friends, but I don't think many people have that possibility. So I think communities
I
are
think-
replace that.
Yeah, the communities are good when you move to a new city, for
Exactly.
example. Like,
But once you have your kind of base, then you're good.
Yeah.
yeah, once you've gone to this community, oh, you spoke to a couple of friends, and then you can able to do your own thing with them.
For example,
You
Yeah.
don't need a
for example, with
community no more.
sports, you could either join a sports team, but if you had like 10 mates who you want to play football with, you'd join a center side, and it'd probably be funner.
Yeah, so if you go somewhere new, you don't know anyone, you need the communities to actually meet people. And once you have enough friends, you can
Mhm.
meet friends with
Yeah,
their
yeah.
friends. and then
Yeah,
it just-
and that's part of positioning.
Yeah. But then if you did want to aggressively meet new people and keep boosting socially and being around strangers, then you'd want to go to as many communities as possible. to meet
Yeah.
new people.
Yeah, to a degree. I mean, yeah, it depends what you want to do, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like the Soho House is like a community in a way, isn't it?
Mm.
Like you pay this membership or whatever to have this exclusive community where you can meet other people like you, apparently. It's that sort of thing, isn't it? Then you kind of branch out from that point.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would be good for... Because, I don't know, people do it for networking, but it's like... Yeah, I don't know.
What?
No, the Soho House.
What? I don't know what Soho House
It's like
is.
a private club for like wealthier people to join. Where you play, and then they have these buildings in London or around the world where you can like go there, do work, socialize, drink, chill out, do whatever you want within this facility of people like you.
I think I sent it to you. Because
It's a very big thing.
they're quite big in Copenhagen.
Right.
And I saw they had Soho offices as well, and you can pay for like a shared workspace. And
Very good. Like
I sent that to you.
my work would use it for meetings with clients and stuff like that.
yeah.
It's like a hub. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess that's good positioning because like you're not gonna get bumps in there. You know.
I mean, it's fallen off a bit. Soho
Oh.
House now, I think, but
It's quite cool. But
I think there's definitely a place for a new one to come in, one that's actually exclusive, because now we can apply
yeah,
and probably get in.
no,
We can. I know people my age who got there. There's people from my work who do the same job as me
seriously.
who have Soho House memberships.
Oh, that's really.
I've been in there as well.
There's no bottom line requirement.
I've been in there.
What's the usual requirement?
I don't know. That's what
Oh,
I'm saying. That's
I-
why I'm saying it's fallen off a
'Cause
bit.
I saw the Soho offices was quite open. Like the price line wasn't too high or anything.
I've been there for an event with
Yeah,
work.
it seems quite accessible. Like you could just
Yeah.
get it. We could just buy it straight up. But I thought the Soho Club was a lot more like exclusive.
Nah.
I
it's
didn't know.
not.
I didn't know. It was.
They started capping it because there was so many people who joined it now.
I thought it was always capped. Like it was like.
No, but but that was for a different reason because they
Right.
didn't want a lot of people
Yeah.
in it. Now they got too many people in it,
Oh,
so
I
they've
see.
capped it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I thought it was invite only before.
Nah, it's not invite only.
Is there an actual purpose for it, or is it just a general community?
It's like, you know, when you get a hotel membership and then you can
Yeah.
travel to all their different locations. And
Right.
they have restaurants under their branch and
Yeah.
yeah,
There's
You can-
perks.
yeah,
There's a lot of perks.
events, invite to special events.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all.
events.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that.
We should make our own.
Yeah, that's something I definitely want to do.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Would be cool. And it's only farmhouses,
Yeah.
farm
You
clubs,
clean up
There's
the
a
poo.
farmhouse.
bed and breakfasts in like the most insane areas,
That'd be
like
awesome.
off a cliff. Just got this bed and breakfast in some little.
Yeah. On a what's the glass walk in Dubai? The bed and breakfast.
What else is on the calendar?
What would be like the last thing you would do for positioning? Like, what if you really had to fuck someone up?
Kill someone. What do you mean?
No, I mean,
We always stab a man in the head for a £5 pay increase. Yes.
What, like in terms of morals, or like in terms of like you don't want to do something, or like it would be bad for you
What
to
are
do?
you gonna
now, like,
do?
what's the worst blueprint for?
Are you a bad man or not?
Yeah.
Like we talked about, like ideal scenario and what you would.
What would you tolerate? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, just what's like realistically, like of course you can say, oh, I'd go shoot someone and end up in jail. But like, what's something that people actually do that you would consider the worst possible way to position yourself
Like something that intentionally
grow
do to grow or no?
professionally? Yeah, to grow professionally. I'd say.
Um,
Like something that people are actually doing that's just shooting themselves completely in the
Yeah,
foot.
like for example, like Jake said, like being unauthentic.
Yeah,
I think so
not having a plan.
I think from an architecture point of view, working late nights for a man when you're not going to get any like representation for what you've done, like all the late nights you've done, things like
Yeah,
that.
because then it's like you're working overtime and you're not getting paid overtime.
Yeah.
and then you're not getting any recognition.
You're basically wasting your time.
And then it becomes standardized that you
Yeah.
should be doing that.
Like
Yeah.
there's no real gain anywhere. There's no
Yeah.
progression.
I think
besides maybe,
I think a
like-
lot of it is also you have to pick your targets.
Yeah.
Like in terms of people, like you don't want to be working for the wrong person.
Mhm.
Like if you're trying
Well,
to,
sometimes you don't get them luxuries. do you?
yeah,
So-
of course. But like if you're trying to build reputation or build position towards someone who's like not the right person, then obviously yeah, it's,
You want to try to gain respect from the right people
exactly.
that are actually going to be influential enough to help you, or that you can learn from.
Mhm.
So you want to be around them more if they're like mentor figures.
Yeah.
I think also like if we talked about location, then living in the countryside or living somewhere secluded, probably. That's probably the worst thing you would want to do.
Yeah, but I think people are intentionally trying to position themselves aren't doing that realistically.
Yeah, I'm saying that's the worst case.
Oh yeah.
Like that's like a bad thing. That's if I had to,
Mm-hmm.
the anti.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could just say the opposite for everything.
Yeah. Yeah, going somewhere super remote, then you just can't build up any social life. You just end up being.
Unless, I
strange.
mean, like theoretically it's possible. Like if you're really good at social media and you have like build like a really good personal brand and you live in like Bali or
No,
something.
but you can't get there without.
You probably could.
If you're secluded with the internet, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But it's not ideal. Like that's like least ideal circumstances.
Yeah.
Like what's less favorable than that?
I mean, there's only two options there, you know. So it's like you might as well do the one where you're around more people.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm saying it's not like the end of the world. Like people still do that.
I'm not saying it's the end of the world.
No,
I'm
I'm
just saying
not.
it's the worst case. Like what's the worst? What's worse than that?
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, when there's only two options.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to think of some other simple ones. I mean, being around people who are just not at all.
What about positioning?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I was just gonna say being around people who are like not at all going where you want to be.
Yeah.
Like people who are just not at all in line with where you're trying to go. And you're
Yeah.
spending all your time with them. Then
And
it's
it's in line
it's
with, like,
literally impossible to spend your time with them and also go where you want to go.
It's
Like,
it's like in line with you want to position yourself with the right people.
yeah. Like you literally cannot do both those things. It's not possible.
No. It's knowing when
But
it's
like-
right to cut someone off, basically.
Yeah, but there's only two options.
No passions. You know what I mean, though?
yeah. No. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah. Yeah, and it's really easy as well to get in those circumstances.
It happens all the time, man.
Yeah, you hear about it a lot. Yeah, especially around your early 20s, because like that's a period where like people are like, oh, like I need to do like they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with their life, and when there's people that aren't on those same thoughts, but like they haven't progressed from when you guys were friends when you were 16,
Yeah.
and it's like
Yeah.
now they're just bums.
Now it's like, what do you do? Yeah.
Yeah, so do I just like kind of leave my friend who I've known for this long, and like it's like it's a selfish pursuit realistically,
Yeah, it is selfish.
but like it's necessary.
Yeah. But your role as a friend is to guide, like to at least show show them. But yeah,
You can
you can take a horse to water. But
yeah.
you can't make a drink. Yeah, I mean literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then some people switch on. Some people I feel like just stay. I don't know. For me, it's just a scary thought. Like imagine switching on like when you're like when you're 40 or something. You know.
It's to do with contentness as well.
Yeah.
Are you content or not?
Yeah. Are you comfortable or not?
Yeah.
Do you want to be content,
One day.
Simon?
Don't want to be content.
I think content. I could be content but still progressing.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think I'm always like, I'm content as long as I'm being good, you know.
So we win. Nice try.
I don't know. Is it content?
No, I'm
like
exhausted.
satisfied? What about you? Wait,
yeah.
content means like satisfied. Because if it's, I don't know.
Comfortable. It's like a comfortable thing, isn't it?
You don't want to be uncomfortable.
Nah, you don't want to be permanently uncomfortable.
No.
But I think, you know, like, you don't want to be you don't want to be permanently comfortable either.
I think you can be comfortable while still pursuing, progressing.
But then it depends what you mean by comfortable.
Yeah.
Because then if you're counting like daily workouts as discomfort, then it's like
Yeah,
you know,
okay, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. But if it's just like, I don't know, if you're comfortable, it's hard to progress like drastically. Like if you have ambitious goals, then you can't really be comfortable.
No, you can't.
Because then you're accepting that you're gonna have to go through some
Hardships.
hard shit. Yeah.
Mm.
Hardships.
Same but different. Oh.
Yeah.
But same with contentness. Like, you know, we know there's always gonna be kind of need for more. You know.
Yeah.
But we accept that and we're fine with that. But we're never
You
gonna
contend with being uncontent.
exactly comfortable being uncomfortable.
Sorry?
So come on.
Come on.
Passion.
All right, good chat, boys.
Yeah, should call
Good work, everyone. I'm bloody hungry.
Yeah, let's go get some food.
Oh, yeah.
We'll come back.
Yeah.
and we'll give this thing a shot another time.
We'll call
Sick. Well done, everyone.